So they saw it, heard it, and actually felt when the Holy Spirit came. And that's a wonderful thing. You couldn't mistake. God's here. All right? And a lot of churches want that same thing today. But remember, He already did that. All right? We don't need Moses to come down with the Ten Commandments again. They're already written down. We don't need God to let us feel the Spirit like they physically felt Him. You can feel Him spiritually, but now we walk by faith. The same Holy Spirit that came to them visibly, audibly, emotionally, we can have the same understanding that we have Him by faith, because God said, whosoever believeth in me shall not perish, and it's the Holy Spirit that seals us. God did things visibly the first time. There was the Mount Sinai. The whole mountain was shaking. God's presence was there, so powerful the mountain was smoking. If anyone touched the mountain, they would die. Okay, everyone knew God's here, He's doing something new. Same thing when He instituted the prophets. It was visible, it was audible. When God dedicated the tabernacle, there was a cloud, a fire, the presence of God. When God dedicated the temple, there was a cloud, a voice, the presence of God. Everyone knew God is here. Well, God did the same thing for us at the beginning of the church age when the Holy Spirit came to the church that already existed, and we don't need it to happen again in that way. Now we know He's here because God said He's here. We believe it by faith, not because we see fire on top of people's heads anymore, but because God said He's going to keep His word. And He said, whosoever is the Son of God has the Spirit of God. So He came visibly. God does some things obviously where everyone knows what He's doing. And now the spiritual aspect is it's not something you can see anymore. But the fruit is supposed to be visible. If you have the Holy Spirit, He said the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. If we're not bearing this fruit in our life, then we probably don't have the Spirit. If we have the Spirit, He's going to have something come out of us that's visible. We're not supposed to visibly see the Spirit anymore.